Come ye by the salmon fishing, come ye by the ropery, saw ye my dear sailor laddie sailing on the raging sea. I come by the salmon fishing, I come by the ropery, I saw your dear sailor laddie sailing on the deep blue sea. Come ye by the salmon fishing, come ye by the ropery, join us at the Salmon Bothy every Friday virtually.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the colourful cornucopia of drama that is here to delight you. That is Friday with folk at the Salmon Bothy. And this is the Universal Liberty Club. In a town like Portsoy, the ideas flow like gin, with the tides and the winds and the boats coming in. Alex and Leith will distill both the gin and the news that they're losing their heads in Paris. There's no justice round here while the rich hold the land. It could be so much fairer if we all make a stand. So the good Mr. Leith offers freedom for all and a chance for equality. So we're raising a flag on School Hill, and we'll let the gin flow with a will, and we'll fire off a shot that will break the Earl's heart, and we'll drink from the Liberty well. For here in the year 1791 we must stand for our rights with the glass and the gun. So we'll set up some cannon on Portsoy's port wall, and we'll fire 15 balls to the sea. And come one and come all to the good old Scotch arms. Drink my health, I'll drink yours, and we'll stand no alarm. Yes, I'll drink with you, brother, for we'll work for each other and not rest till our children are free. So we're raising a flag on School Hill, and we'll let the gin flow with a will, and we'll fire off a shot that will break the Earl's heart, and we'll drink from the Liberty well. While the Earl of Fife trembled in his western wing, we all drank too much gin and then toasted the king. Then we wandered away from the pub to our homes, and our dreams disappeared in the sun. But Lord Fife could not stomach rebellion that day, and he raised a small army to keep us at bay. So we worried the great and the good in the north, and one day we'll be free, everyone. Oh, we raised up a flag on School Hill, and we let the gin flow with a will, and we fired off a shot that near broke the Earl's heart, and we drank from the Liberty well. Oh, we raised up a flag on School Hill, and we let the gin flow with a will, and we fired off a shot that near broke the Earl's heart, and we drank from the Liberty well. There you go. That was the Universal Liberty Club that was inspired by John Mackey telling me a story of something that actually happened. There was a sort of mini revolution in Portsoy, or based in Portsoy, in 1792, as it happens. Alex Leith was very much in sympathy with the French Revolution and thought we should have something of the sort here. So he gave away a lot of gin to encourage people to be brave, and they were so brave that they drank lots and lots and lots of gin, and eventually just sort of filtered away back home. But anyway, it's not the best way to conduct a revolution, but it was a reasonable practice, and I think it was declared a 1-1 score draw at the time. Right, that's my first offering for you tonight. We have got an absolutely wonderful jam-packed set. So, without further ado, I am going to hand over to Mr. Paul Kersley. Off you go, Paul.
Woody Guthrie, he did many things in his life, and amongst it he spoke out about the plight of the farmers that were displaced by the dust storms that took place back in the 1940s. John Steinbeck wrote a book about the same subject called The Grapes of Wrath, and that centred on the Joad family, and a film was made where Henry Fonda, he played the role of Tom Joad. This is a Bruce Springsteen song, and it's called The Ghost of Tom Joad. Men walking on the railroad tracks, going someplace and there's no turning back. Highway patrol choppers coming up over the ridge, soup on a campfire under the bridge, shelter line stretching round the corner. Welcome to the new world order, sleeping in cars in the southwest. No home, no job, no peace, no rest. How is alive tonight? No one's keeping nobody about where it goes. Me, I'm sitting on here on the campfire light, searching for the ghost of Tom Joad. Pulls a prayer book out of his sleeping bag. Preacher lights up a bird and takes a drag. Waiting for the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In a cardboard box in the underpass. You got a one-way ticket to the promised land. You got a hole in your belly and a gun in your hand. Sleeping on a pillow of solid rock, bathing in the city equinox, and the highway is alive tonight. No one's kidding nobody about where it goes. And I'm sitting down here on the campfire light, waiting on the ghost of Tom Joad. Now Tom says, Ma, wherever there's a cop beating a guy, or a hungry newborn baby crying, fight against the blood and hatred in the air. Look for me, Ma, I'll be there. Someone's searching for a place to stand, decent job or a helping hand, someone struggling to be free. Look in their eyes, Ma, you'll find me. How is alive tonight? No one's kidding nobody about where it goes. Oh, I'm sitting on here on the campfire light, searching for the ghost of Tom Joe. Wherever there's a cop beating a guy, or a hungry newborn baby crying, fight against the blood and hatred in the air. Look for me, Ma, I'll be there. Someone searching for a place to stand, decent job or a helping hand, someone struggling to be free. Look in their eyes, Ma, you'll find me. How is the life tonight? No one's kidding nobody about where it goes. Sitting on here in the campfire light, me and the ghost of old Tom Joad.
Thanks very much, Paul. Thank you. A man who presents songs wonderfully. Talking about men who present songs wonderfully, and actually somebody who has an absolutely wonderful knowledge of the songs of the northeast of Scotland. We now have Tom Spiers, and he is going to bring to us a song called The Working Chap.
Hello again, I'm Tom Spiers, and I'm going to sing a song which you would be able to find in the Ord's Bothy Ballads book if you want to find a version of it. It's called The Working Chap. I'm a working chap, as you can see. You'll find an honest man in me. I'm neither haughty, mean, nor prude, nor ever tax the things too rude. I never live abin my means, nor seek assistance fae my friends. But day and night, through thick and thin, I'm working life out to keep life in. Say nae matter friends, whate'er befall, the peer folk they mun work awa. Through frost and snow and rain and wind, they're working life out to keep life in. The peer needle woman that we saw in reality and on the wall, a picture so a foot to see, I'm sure with me you would agree. Her pie's scarce able to feed a moose, far less to keep her sail and hoose. She's naked, hungry, pale and thin, just working life out to keep life in. Say nae matter friends, whate'er befall, the peer folk they mun work awa. Through frost and snow and rain and wind, they're working life out to keep life in. Don't call a man a drunken sot, because he wears a ragged coat. It's better for mine, don't forget, to run in rags than run in debt. He may look seedy, very true, but still his creditors are few. He toddles on, no void a sin, just working life out to keep life in. Say nae matter friends, whate'er befall, The peer folk they mun work awa. Through frost and snow and rain and wind, they're working life out, they keep life in. Aye, but maybe friends have bade our long, and I hope I hae said nothing wrong. For I've merely wanted for to show the way the peer folk hae to go. Just imagine a man wi' a hoose fu' bairns to raise them up at tax he earns. Wi' a willing heart and a coat guy thin, he's working life out to keep life in. Say nae matter friends, whate'er befa, the peer folk they mun work awa. Through frost and snow and rain and wind, they're working life out, they keep life in.
Thanks very much, Tom. The Working Chap. A great song, really, really well sung. Thanks. So we're going to move on. Obviously, I've moved on. I've got changed. And we're going to move on with artists. We're going to move to Debbie Taylor. Debbie Taylor has been a regular with us for quite a while, and she writes some really great quirky songs. And some of her songs are funny, some of them have got a message, but all of them are really well written, and this is no exception. So, Debbie, take it away.
Hello, here's a little shout out to all the bus drivers who have been keeping people moving during the pandemic. This was originally inspired by the kind-hearted boys at Baines Coaches. My name is Jane, I'm a country quine. I rise at 6 to get to work on time, but I'm late and good in the calm morning air, but I'll soon get a smile as a time affair. Those country drivers mind your face, but smile same warm as you take your place. I knew my head's in danger, oh, with the men that drive the buses, oh.
Okay, thanks very much, Debbie. That was brilliant. Now we're going to move straight on to some tunes. This is Richard Elliott, who I have to say, when we first saw Richard back in 2008, 2009 maybe, it seemed like he was just starting out on a journey, and he's come such a long way. So, Richard, please play us a tune. There we go. Thanks very much, Richard. As I say, now definitely a whistle player of some skill. That was Flatwater Fran. Now we come to Kate Taylor. Kate is not a regular at the Bothy, but she is a regular at the Hall. She often sings some quite funny songs and some fun songs. This one is not one of those. This is Kate's version of I Must Away.
Hi, tonight I'd like to sing I Must Away. It's a traditional song from the Greg Duncan collection. I must away, love, I can no longer tarry. The morning tempest I have to cross. I will be guided without a stumble into the arms of my ain true love. And when he came to his ain true lover's dwelling, he knelt down gently upon a stone, and through the window he whispered softly, is my ain true love at hame within? She raised the blankets across her breast, and through the window she whispered softly, "Who's that disturbing me at my long night's rest? 'Tis I, love, it is your ain true lover. Please open the window and let me in, for I am wet, love, and unco weary, for I am wet, love, into my skin." She raised herself up, oh, with the greatest pleasure. She opened the window and let him in, and they were locked in each other's arms until the long night was past and gone. And when that long night it was past and over, and when the great cock began to crow, they both shook hands, they kissed and parted. He saddled and mounted, and away did go. I must away, love, I can no longer tarry.
Thanks very much, Kate. That's lovely, and I'm hoping that we'll get more from Kate in the weeks and a couple of months to come. And I'm hoping that she and others will be able to come along to the Bothy when we start back on our third Friday every month. But keep your eyes open for news on that. Now we come to another favourite regular of mine, Bob Sharp, who I have made no bones about saying is a wonderful singer of songs, a wonderful presenter of songs, and certainly seems to have the knack of bringing something new to a song and making it his own. So, Bob, see what you can do with Bob Dylan.
I've long been a fan of Bob Dylan, and this is probably one of the first songs of Bob Dylan's that I ever learned. It's a song called "Girl from the North Country." Travelling in the North Country Fair, where the wind hangs heavy on the borderline, I remember me to one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Go where snowflakes fall, where the rivers freeze and summer ends. Oh, please see she has a coat so warm to keep her from the chilly wind. Please see for me that her hair is hanging long. Oh, it flows and grows all down her breast. Please see for me that her hair is hanging long, for that's the way I remember her the best. I wonder if she remembers me at all. Many times I've often prayed in the darkness of my nights and in the brightness of my day. So if you're travelling in the North Country Fair, where the wind hangs heavy on the borderline, I remember me to one who lives there, for she once was a true love of mine. Girl from the North Country.
Thanks very much, Bob. Well, we've got two Bobs there. Bob Dylan, who wrote the song, and Bob Sharp, who, along with many other people, has taken a Bob Dylan song and done it better. Okay, we are now to our 8th performers of the evening. This is Elsa McTaggart and Gary Lister. Elsa and Gary are long-time friends of the club, and unfortunately for Sharon and I, we're friends of ours as well. We love spending time with these guys because they are such enthusiasts. They have an amazing repertoire of songs and always put on a great show. If you get a chance to go and see them when the lockdown is all over and done, I really encourage you to go and see them, because they always deliver, always. Right, here we are with Elsa McTaggart, Gary Lister, well, I'll let her introduce what they're about to do.
Hello there, folks, at the Salmon Bothy. Elsa here.
Gary here.
On the Isle of Lewis, in the end room, with a green screen that we haven't got the hang of yet, but we've decided that we really quite like green. So we're just working away with it. I hope it doesn't... but grass is good for the eye.
Yes.
Good natural colour. Just think you're looking at spring grass with the sun shining through it. Right, we have a tune for you. I've been writing a new album this summer. It's all kind of come about through lockdown. And one of the tunes I was asked to write was a lullaby. It's called Ellie Lilla's Lullaby. It's rather nice, and it's kind of, the theme behind it is a mother or a close relative with their newborn baby sitting in the rocking chair by the fire, and they're just kind of crooning this wee lilting tune to it as they rock it to sleep. Rock it to sleep. It sounds unsleepy, doesn't it? There we go. Ellie Linda's lullaby. I hope you're all well, by the way. Kind of still seems a bit weird, you over there and us over here. But I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. And bye until the next one.
There you go. That was Fiddle Lullaby, which is going to be on the new album. And I highly recommend you getting a hold of a copy of that when it comes out. I've spent some evenings where some alcohol has been involved. Lots of music, lots of crack, and also Alyson and Neil MacConnachie, and other folks like Ron and Ann Gardner. We have a minor history of playing music into the morning. Alyson has the most beautiful voice, and she has brought it to bear on many songs. One of them is one of my favourite Sandy Denny songs. It Suits Me Well, and here she is. There we go. It Suits Me Well, by Alyson and Neil MacConnachie. And you probably noticed that young Daniel MacConnachie was doing a cracking job in the background on the drums. Okie dokie. Now we have to go right the way back to, I suppose you could call her the founder of the feast. Fortunately for us, Ronan Fitzsimons has managed to find a few little snippets of recordings that he and Wendy de Rusett did. Wendy was the driving force behind us all coming together and the founding of this wonderful folk club. I miss her. We all do, and miss her quirky ways, her funny sense of humour, and her singing, her puppets, her whistle playing. But at least we can still hear a wee bit. This is a song she wrote herself called Sit Doon Maloon, and she's accompanied by Ronan. Enjoy.
Fa was Tam and fa was Ann, I hear the bairnie speer. Sit doon, my quine, sit doon, my loon, and stories you shall hear. Oh, tales you'll hear frae far and near, and nae exaggeration. Some are true and some are left to your imagination. They've rocked a fair bit scalpel, Grunkelerly was its name, and folk had come frae all the earths were made to feel at hame. You'd get a fancy piece and fly or tatty broth fae Ann. Sign Tam would show you round the place and see you got a drum. The peacocks and the cockerels were fairly scrack and craw, with thrashing mills and ploughs and gears the like you never saw. You'd learn to bake a dry stein dyke or twist a rape o' stray, or mak a cootie dumpling or just diddle all the day. Da diddle idle diddle day, da diddle idle day, da diddle idle diddle idle diddle diddle day. O Tam and Ann together charmed the birdies off the trees. They die with songs and yarns in youth just ilka in to please. For Tam was king of Bothy ballads, that's a great distinction. If 'twerna for the likes o' him, more songs would face extinction. The best o't yet is 2 or 3 days the hinner in July. 200 bodies gather round their singing skills to try. And Tam and Ann in spirit there are heard among the throng. We meet again for year to year and fill the world with song. We win a time their couthy songs, their wisdom and their wise. For Tam and Ann have shown us who they had and gone for aye.
As long as we're winning, we dinna care noo.
Row, row, row in a wa. I rode wi' a quine she said was a sailor. Row, row, row in a wa. The bigger she gets, she's more like a whaler. Row, row, row in a wa.
The skipper was mocking a fair holly rocket.
It's row, row, row in a wa.
And he couldna row for his own. It's tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, if you play the tune o' the sea. It's tuned if you play my bonny bow fiddle, will you play the tune for me? If you play so airs my bonny bow fiddle, did roll the squad.
1991. We must stand for our rights with the glass and the gun. So we'll set up some cannon on Portsoy's port wall, and we'll fire 15 balls to the sea. Then come one and come all to the good old Scotch arms. Drink my health, I'll drink yours, and we'll stand no alarm. Yes, I'll drink with your brother, for we'll work for each other and not rest till our children are free.
An ocean and a drop of dew, ice cream on a free weekend. The bothy, the boats and the hall, a feeling you found a friend. Only 10 miles from Blackburn, Macdonald, home to harbour a few.
As strong as a breaker, as douce as a calm, sung with the surge of a prayer or a psalm, to take you and me through a perfect storm. Will you be a song to sail in? Will you be a song to sing?
Our message bag in hand, fit like the day the weather's fine, foo's often McTaggart. The butcher shop for boiling beef, met in wi' muggy reed. Aches and pains she has them a, chalblains and flechy heed. Sign Lizzie Donald's bakery shop for butteries, bops and scones. And here's that Willie Highs run off wi' florist Betty Jones. The druggist then for aspirin and pile cream for her bum. Where you could tell at a glance, surrender was offered, they hadn't a chance. So the drug went woof, the gun went pop, nae surrender, nae retreat, nae stop. Stand your ground, let's tack her on, gie 3 cheers and let her run. Full speed ahead and awa we go, steaming through the Strait o' Otranto. Barking mad when the mast got dug.
And I am the harbour, come listen to me. I am the harbour, come listen to me. I am the harbour, come listen to me. I am the harbour, come listen.
Craigleboyne, Old Hythe, Cowhythe, Strathmarchant, King's Head, East Head.
From East Sprays to West Sprays, look down on me.
So stand proud, stand tall, stand together, row. We are them that share our land, sea and sky. Scotia, UK, Caledonia, OK. For our land's a land for all that we say.
There we go, the Guthrie CD, a nice selection there. If you'd like to get hold of a copy of that, you can get that from the club. You can get it from Bob Phillips, and it is well worth having. Of course, I would say that because I wrote a song and played and sang on a couple others, and co-wrote a bit of another song. So you would expect it, but take it from me, it's a good wee CD with a lot of talent on there. Right, we're going to kick off the second half with the Gouges and Farewell to Talbothy.
Farewell, Peter Wathy, adieu, Mormon Hill. The dear land o' Corriman, I bid ye farewell. I'm bound out for Greenland and ready to sail, in hopes to find the riches in hunting a whale. For crew they are rigged and ready to sail. Our crew they are anxious to follow the whale, for the icebergs do float and the stormy winds blow, and the land under the ocean is covered with snow. Farewell to my sweetheart, for a while we must part. Likewise the dear lass that's fair won my heart. The cold ice on Greenland my love will not chill, and the longer my absence more loving she'll feel. The cold coast of Greenland is barren and bare, nae seed time nor harvest was ever known there. The birds here sing sweetly o'er mountain and dale, but there is nae a birdie to sing to the whale, for there's nae habitation for man to live there, and the king of that country is the fierce Greenland bear. There will be nae temptation to tarry long there, and we worship bumper full, we will homeward repair. Say farewell to Tarawati, adieu Mormon hell, the dear land of Crimmin, I bid ye farewell. We're bound out for Greenland and ready to sail, in the hopes to find the riches in hunting the whale. So what?
Thanks very much, folks. Now, at the risk of sounding like a salesman, I will actually say that the DVD and CD combined DVD and CD of the 10th Harl, that particular night, which was wonderful, and had 2/3 of the Spiers family, Emma and Tom. Unfortunately, Maggie was not very well at the time, and Shepherd, Spiers and Watson, and the Gougers revisited. It is a lovely record of a lot of wonderful music. Anyway, moving on, we come to another chap who's become a regular at the Bothy, or became a regular just before we shut down. Kenny MacDonald, and he's a man who writes his own songs, and as a songwriter myself, I really appreciate the style that he uses and the words he puts together, and he has his own particular way of presenting his songs. I don't get tired of listening to Kenny. This is Maybe.
It's been a funny kind of year. Started stalling and then lost gear. Fuel separation, fueled by fear. Had no choice but to crash and burn in tears. Look to the highway, take us home. But we're broken down at night and all alone. Oncoming headlights start to glare, but we all can share the road that goes nowhere. Maybe when this is over, we'll have hope. For this I pray. Maybe when this is over, hand on heart, we'll make a start for a better way. It's been a funny kind of year, like it never wanted to be here. Strange and uncertain place and time, not a face to fit the crime. Life has been stolen and not replaced. It's forgotten for a while and lost in space. Lights in the shadows hide away. Let the sun come out and shine a brand new day. Maybe when this is over, we'll have hope. For this I pray. Maybe when this is over, hand on heart, we'll make a start for a better way. It's been a funny kind of year, a mix of laughter and smiles and tears. Some big to perfection, some up in flames, and the end result, it's us to blame. Given a taste of what's to come, how we lived this life before is left in crumbs. Change for the future, change must be, if we all want to carry on life's recipe. Maybe when this is over, we'll have hope. For this I pray. Maybe when this is over, hand on heart, we'll make a start for a better way. Maybe when this is over, we'll have hope. For this I pray. Maybe when this is over, hand on heart, we'll make a start for a better way.
Okay, Kenny, thank you very much. Again, Kenny writes some great songs, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more of the new songs that he's managed to come up with during the lockdown, when we all get back together again, or maybe he'll send a few more in for us. We are going to move on now to Eileen Ordish, and we've had a couple of songs by her. She was due to come over and play for us, I think, maybe wrong, but she's certainly somebody who Bob Phillips has targeted as a possible guest for the future. We would love to see her up here in the northeast. She has a beautiful voice and a fairly individual way of presenting songs. This is If Wishes Were Fishes.
If Wishes Were Fishes, sung by Eric Bogle. I wish I was home time since my heart talked to me, wasting my precious days, wishing my life away. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. And if wishes were fishes, I didn't know where I'd be. Casting my net in the dark rolling sea. And if my net's empty when it comes back to shore, I would throw it away and go fishing no more. I wish I was young again, my song still to be sung again. Sweet tunes of my life have been sour and off key. Writing my tidal rhymes, trying to turn back time. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. And if wishes were fishes, I know where I'd be. Casting my net in the dark rolling sea. And if my net's empty when it comes back to shore, I would throw it away and go fishing no more. I wish I could care again, reach out and share again, mend what's been broken and let it run free. The older I get, it seems the more wishing takes the place of dreams. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. And if wishes were fishes, I know where I'd be. Casting my net in the dark rolling sea. And if my net's empty when it comes back to shore, I'd throw it away and go fishing no more. I wish I was home again, home in my heart again. It's been a long time since my heart talked to me, wasting my precious days, wishing my life away. If wishes were fishes, we'd all cast nets in the sea. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Eileen. Really looking forward to hearing more from Eileen. If she can get some more sent to us, or if she comes over and sees us, we would love that. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make the trip to Australia, and I just don't know if my old bones can do it. Now we're going to move on to not only a regular, but I think we should have to put him in as a stalwart of the club, Paul Mudie. And over the course of the lockdown, he's been giving us a series about Albert, a wee child who just can't help getting into scrapes, or making himself look outstanding in some other way. This one is Albert and the Red Devils.
Hello again, and welcome to another of Albert's experiences, adventures. And this week I'm up in the loft, where I started working up here. Well, Albert's gone a little bit higher than me this week. Albert and the Red Devils by John Billsborough. there's a famous event every week that's known as the Royal Lancashire Show, and Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom decided as they ought to go. They got to the ground, father, mother and Albert, and gazed round at the various tents, and father says, "Which is the one that sells beer?" And Albert says, "Which one is the gents?" After that, I'm off exploring. And mother says, "Don't lose your cap." And father says, "Think on, we've paid to come in, and we don't want no nasty mishap." The time passes quickly when you're having fun, and soon it were climax of show. "We'll watch them red devils with parachute jumping," says mother, "and then we must go." The sound of an aeroplane hove into view, and as everyone lifted their eyes, and out jumped brave lads with smoke tied to the legs, and gyrated down through the skies. And Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom stood gawping, enthralled by the sight. "I recognise yon little devil," says mother, "with cap on, there, second from right." Well, no one quite knew what had happened, and how Albert had gotten into plane. He were plummeting down with no parachute on, so there was no time to explain. He fell through the air like a golf ball, and how lucky that there should have been a great pile of straw in a hopper that was part of the baling machine. So Albert fell into the hopper, and the lid came down with a bang, and it bashed and it thrashed and it rattled, and the big wheel went round with a clang. And mother, who'd seen the occurrence, ran to the attendants and cried, "Look out for a bale with a cap on, 'cause it's got our Albert inside." "If you ask me," says father, but nobody did. Then sure enough, tidy and trim, a smart oblongular package popped out, and father says, "Hey up, that's him." "It's me," said young Albert from inside bail. "Come on out of there," replied mother. "It's time we were going," said father. "But we might as well leave him inside." "It's an ill wind," says mother, reflecting, "and I reckon it's worth all the fuss, 'cause Albert'll count as a parcel when we take him back home on the bus." There's many fine sights at Royal Lancashire Shore, but the finest, without any doubt, was the day the Red Devils was flying and Albert Ramsbottom bailed out. Well, keep thee safe and we'll see thee again.
Thanks very much, Albert. Thanks very much, Paul. Look forward to hearing more from both of them. Now to a man who I'm hoping is going to become a regular. Paul Radtke. He's been around for quite a while on the folk scene. He's got a very raw way of presenting songs and singing songs, and I love listening to Paul. This is again one of my favourite Dubliners songs, called "The Rare Old Times."
It's a song called "The Rare Old Times." It's about a man who goes back to his city after being away many years, and it's all changed. It's a song called "The Rare Old Times." Raised in songs and stories, heroes offering up the passing tales and glories, that once was Dublin town. Hallowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rides, that once was Dublin city in the rare old time. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. My name it is Sean Dempsey, Dublin as could be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that's easy to be. My trade I was a cooper, lost out to redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, my trade's a memory. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. I courted Peggy Digman, pretty as you please, a roving child of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost her to a student chap with skin as black as coal, when he took her off to Birmingham, she took away my soul. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. The years have made me better, drink has dimmed my brain, as Dublin keeps on changing and nothing seems the same. The pillar and the Mets have gone, the royal sense pulled down, as the grey and yielding concrete makes a city of my town. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. Farewell, Annie Lithy, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages spring up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm part of what was Dublin in the rare old times. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old time. Ring-a-ring-a-roses, as the lights decline, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Rare old times.
Thanks very much, Paul. That's great. And now we come to the Oraloon himself, Dougie Hay, and it's lonely in the Bothy.
You know, Dick, full idea. Here's a wee song, a great Charlie Allen number, The Lonely in the Bothy. Often I get hame to Erdywell, the boss had nae a clue. He couldna bark a tractor cart, likewise he couldna plew. Therefore I got other work to do that suited me just fine. And I bade in a little timmer bothy. Oh, the caul winds they blaw in aneath my timmer bothy door. And the moosies they duke in and out the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst of being here, discomfort I can thole. For it's lonely at night in the Bothy. Now I sort the man his fancy balls and put them out to Perth. And I ken that I'm the best showman that ever walked the earth. But finna the judging's our eye, finna the sellers won. It's hame to my little timmer bothy. Well, the caul winds they blaw in aneath my timmer bothy door. And the moosies they duke in and out the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst of being here, discomforts I can thole. For it's lonely at night in the Bothy. Now I've nae a wife to tie me down, I'm out on the loose. And elke nacht you'll find me down in Waldy's public house. For ye canna blame a man for taking comforts far he can. For it's lonely at night in the Bothy. Well, the caul winds they blaw in aneath my timmer bothy door. And the moosies they duke in and out the knot holes in the floor. But that's nae the worst of being here, discomforts I can thole. For it's lonely at night in the Bothy. There we go. That was a great Charlie Allen number, Lonely in the Bothy. Hope you enjoyed that.
And away he goes, Dougie Hay, singing into the distance. I love listening to Doug. I'm amazed at the fact that he remembers all the lyrics of all the songs that he knows, and he's learning more all the time. And hopefully we'll have more from him in the not too distant future. We now got something slightly different. We've been hearing from Debbie Mudie, her recorder playing, and we've seen she and Paul and myself did a collaboration a few weeks ago, and she and Paul have played together. But now it's there's a quartet of them. Social distancing, obviously. Wouldn't want to encourage anybody not to. As you'll see on the video, this is their version of Mary's Wedding.
Hi everybody, something a bit different this week. I usually play with a little group. We refer to ourselves as the Recorder Buddies, but maybe someday we'll give ourselves a name. But basically there's 5 or 6 of us who play together reasonably regularly, nearly every week. Obviously COVID-19 put an end to that, but this week we managed to have a nice socially distant session outside the warehousey, which was really lovely because I actually got to talk to people as well and play with people, which is just fabulous. and we decided that we would upload a clip for you to enjoy. So this is the Recorder Buddies, who are me and Paul, Paulina, and then there's Margaret and Sue, and sometimes Lorna joins us as well. And we're playing Mari's Wedding for you. I hope you enjoy it. Take care. See you next time. Bye.
Thanks very much, the Recorder Buddies, and I'd like to hear more from them. I'm saying that a lot this week, aren't I? Yeah, but I'm enjoying myself. Thank you very much. Okay, now to my favourite voice in the whole wide world, Alyson MacConnachie. Yes, I know we've already heard from her, but this is my show, so we're going to hear from her again. This is one of her songs. This is one that she wrote herself. It's called Maureen.
If I could turn the hands of time back a few short years, I'd take a trip to Forest Town to see you again, my dear. I still see your face so clearly, your voice, it's in my head. Oh, when I think of you, sweet Maureen, I can feel you with me still. We could walk the way we used to go, but this time take it slow. I'd ask you more about your life and the folks you used to know. Down the grass bank by the Rusett, when the ducklings come in spring, amidst the daffodils and the warming air, we can sit there, you and me. We could go walking to the town, and you could hold my hand, just like the days when I was small, to keep me by your side. But this time I'd hold on right back, tight as tight could be, just to feel you touch your hand, and I'd make every moment count. I still see you with your headscarf on and the basket on your arm, to collect your bits and bobs and get your shopping in town. How I'd like to go with you once more, just like I used to do, when I'd come through all the weekend for a sleepover with you. If I could turn the hands of time back a few short years, I'd sit with you in your garden, and I'd share with you to the day we meet again, I'll keep you in my mind. I'll think about the days gone by when you were by my side. Try to make the best of time and hold each moment dear. But until then, sweet Maureen, I'll see you in my dream. For time, it is a precious thing. It's not always on our side. And once it's gone, there's nothing left but the tears you cannot hide. Yes, time, it is a precious thing. It's not always on our side. And once it's gone, there's nothing left but the tears you cannot hide.
Thanks very much, Alyson. Feeling mellow now. Right. Okay. This is one of my songs, and some of you may possibly be noticing that there's been a slight shift. Well, okay, there's been a change of plan. I wasn't happy with the song, the new song that I've done, so I'm going to give you an old one. And I know it's absolutely tipping it down as I make this recording, but basically I'm missing the winter. It's been very hot and it's nice. It's nice to get out in the sunshine and stuff, but I gotta be honest, winter is really the season of the year that I come alive, which I know is odd to a lot of people. I thought I'd I'd play this because it's too long since I played it. My favourite time of year. Though the north wind's bitter blast could freeze me to the bone, harvest time and summer seem an age and more ago. The autumn sun is long since gone, she flew south with the geese. Spring is waiting over long to visit us, it seems. I cannot wish for better times, oh, there's plenty in the store. We have known it worse than this in other years before. All the naked trees are sleeping now, but leaves will all return to join the osprey we hear, swift and swallow, swan and tern. Oh, the world is always quieter when the snow is on the ground. Thinking gets much simpler when there's no competing sound. And hearty stew and warming dram bring comfort and good cheer. Winter in her icy clothes is my favourite time of year. Some roads get closed when winter comes, especially in the north. The wildlife disappears a while until the earth's rebirth, and no one has the time of day. They're always in a rush to get from here to there, or there to here, through ice and slush. No, I will not wish for better times, for seasons to roll round. I will not want for warmer weather or sunshine on the ground. I'm happy with the way things are, at least just for a while. And jewel frosted mornings always help to raise a smile. When the snow is on the ground, thinking gets much easier when there's no competing sound. And hearty stew and warming drum bring comfort and cheer. Winter in her icy clothes is my favorite time of year. Yes, winter is, will always be my favorite time of year. Okay, do I have to thank myself? Do I? Okay, well done, Mike. It's very nice. Lovely. Okay, we are going to close our programme tonight with the wonderful Elsa McTaggart and her oppo, Mr. Lister. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for listening. Thank you for the performers for performing. Thank you so much to Graham Legg, particularly, who helps me put these on every week, and sometimes takes over and does the whole thing. And thanks very much to Bob Phillips, who has allowed us the space to be able to do this. So, have a great week. Please stay safe, and we'll see you next Friday. Take care.
Hello again, folk at the Salmon Bothy.
Hello.
We're back. We have another song for you, and it's one that I've just learned last week. It's also one that I have known as long as I can remember. Gary is the same. It's a song that we just grew up with, but have you ever learnt the words? So here it is, The Road to the Isles. We did a mad dash to Fife last week, and singing this all the way up on the A9, so now I actually know the words, but I hope I get them right. Sing along if you know them, and if I get them wrong, you can let me know. Oh, the far crooning is pulling me away. A step by with my chromac for the road. The far coolings are pulling me away. A step by with the sunlight for my load. Sure, my Tummel and Loch Rannoch and Loch Eber I will go. We heather tracks and heaven in their wilds. If it's thinking in your inner heart,
love on me.